Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video, we're going to make some keto-friendly faux apple pie filling. We have 4 apple trees in our yard, and my wife Terry has already started making pies, and I'm feeling a little bit left out, a little bit jealous. So I decided that I would make my own apple pie filling using zucchini. Now I know I'm going to get some comments saying, use chayote squash. It's way better, it's way closer to apple, and you are correct. It is. In fact, I did a video on it, which I'll link to up here. The thing is, it's August in Wisconsin, and I am absolutely swimming in a sea of summer squash and yellow zucchini. So that's what we're going to use in this video, starting right now. So I have here one pretty large yellow zucchini from my garden that I am going to peel and then cube. Now you can see that this has already gone to seed, so I'm going to have to cut each of my pieces in half first, and then using a spoon, I'm going to get rid of those seeds. Then I'm going to slice this into strips, and slice those strips into cubes. In total, I've got about 4 cups of cubed zucchini. That's 500 grams. Well, $4.99, close enough. I'm going to set my stovetop to medium heat, and then into a large skillet, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of butter. Once the butter is melted, I will add my cubed zucchini to the skillet. I will flatten this out into a single layer, and I'm going to cook this, stirring occasionally, just to make sure everything's coated with butter, for about 5 minutes or until the butter is mostly absorbed. While that's cooking, I'm going to put together the ingredients that are going to make the sauce for this apple pie filling. Now, the main ingredient is allulose, and I know I'm going to get some questions on this. Why use allulose? Because unlike alcohol sugars, allulose is the only non-sugar sweetener that I've used that caramelizes effectively, and that's going to be necessary to make the sauce nice and thick and gooey. Additionally, while allulose is high in total carbs, it passes through the body unmetabolized, meaning that it has 0 impact on net carbs. So if you are counting total carbs, this recipe is probably going to be off the table for you. But if you're counting net carbs, only 3 grams of net carbs per half cup serving. To make our future sauce, I'm going to start with 1/2 cup of allulose, that's 100 grams. Then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a pinch of ground allspice, and a pinch of ground cloves. Then I'm going to whisk this together just to make sure everything is fully incorporated and bust up any little chunks that might form. After about 5 minutes, most of that butter has been absorbed, zucchini looking golden. I'm going to add 1/2 cup or 120 ml of water, 1/4 cup or 60 ml of lemon juice. Then I'm going to stir this around, make sure all the pieces are coated, create a nice even single layer, and I'm going to let this cook for about 12 to 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. And you can see after about 12 minutes, all of that water and lemon juice has been absorbed. So now I'm going to add my allulose concoction, kind of trying to be as even as I can with the pour. Stir this in. And you can see, no sauce right now, but after a minute or 2 of stirring, look at that. Look at all that liquid there. That is going to turn into our ooey gooey sauce in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to let this rest, let it reduce down, let the allulose caramelize, and after about 5 minutes, you can see as I drag a spatula through it, it leaves a trail. It's thickened up and caramelized quite beautifully. So I'm going to turn off the heat. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of erythritol or an erythritol blend. This in the raw contains erythritol, stevia, monk fruit, and I think some allulose as well. In my experience, using a combination of sweeteners generally allows you to use less total sweetener while achieving a little more balanced sweet taste. So now I'm going to let this cool for 10 to 15 minutes before we give it a taste test. All right, I have for you a spoon, and that should be cooled off enough.
Wow, tastes like apple pie, like I just picked. Yeah, and that's zucchini.
That's yellow zucchini from our garden.
Wow, not apples. Okay, because I'm making apple pie here shortly with our apples. Yummy.
So you think that
it does
that would
taste
pass?
like apple pie. Yes,
All right.
it does. Very good, dear.
Well, now let me show you something else we got going on.
Okay.
Just made sort of a apple chimichanga thing, and then I dusted it with a combination of allulose, sort of as my sugar, and some cinnamon. Ooh.
That's good.
We got some of our whipped topping from last week's video.
Yeah. Yep,
I think I'll just dab some there, dab a little there, you know, for the sake of a picture.
You take a picture?
No, I'm going to take a bite. Not quite like the McDonald's deep fried apple pies of my youth, but pretty darn good. You want a bite?
Sure. Yes, definitely very good apple pie with zucchini, crazy, and homemade whipped cream. It's just pretty awesome, dear. Flavors great.
You ready to go keto?
No, it tastes good. I'll eat it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Originally, my plan for this week's video was to create a faux apple crisp, but as I made a couple batches of this apple pie filling, I got a couple of other ideas. So I decided that I would just show you that little egg roll, chimichanga, whatever you want to call it thing, and I'll be back next week with 2, maybe even 3 different recipes utilizing the apple pie filling. But that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please click that like button. If you're not a subscriber already, tap that subscribe button, then hit the bell to turn on all notifications. And if you're curious about channel membership and how you can support the channel and get some perks along the way, click that join button and see what memberships are all about. Thanks for watching.